of fucking podcasters. That's all we are around here. All right.
Yeah.
I promised last night that we would not go 2 years without recording another pod, so I went less than 24 hours. So
Was
this
it
is
was it actually 24 hours or was it
that's a great question. Let me find when I messaged Fox and said get in here. That was 11:19. Yes, I did make it less than 24 hours. So
good for us?
congratulations to me. I'm the best. Two pods in 3 years, and now we're at two pods in 2 nights. So I will let you introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, how you got here, the teams that you've been, and then we can do the same thing we did with Colby last night and break down like one moment a season that you were a part of. But go
All
ahead.
right. Yep, my name's Keegan. Got into the league being friends with Matthew, best man in his wedding. So go me. A lot of the other members of this league kind of fall under me just by association. You'll see that in a little bit. The teams I've managed, it's a loaded question depending on who you're asking. Um, in season zero, I was the Mets. In football, I was the Titans with Ryan Nowert. And then in season one of the Dynasty, I was the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. And because I landed a job with the Portland Sea Dogs, Matthew was allowed me to move my franchise to Portland to be the Sea Dogs for seasons two and three.
Could be another move on the way as well. But
Stay
uh,
tuned.
I think I thought about this the other day. Did you pick the Mets on purpose?
I did
No,
not.
no, I don't think anybody picked their teams on
All
purpose that
teams
year.
were random
That's
in
right.
season zero, and you asked me who my three least favorite team,
I
like
think I
three
knew
teams I
you'd
would
gotten the
least want to
Mets.
be.
Yeah,
And I said Phillies, Yankees, and it wasn't the Mets. They were like five, and you were pleasantly surprised to know that they weren't
that's right. Because I knew you
the
were the
bottom
Mets when
three.
I asked that question. Okay, let's go back. Let's teleport back in time. We'll start at season zero with the Mets. Favorite moment of that Mets season. I guess it doesn't. I don't know. Do we want to make it Mets specific? Well, let's make it Mets specific so that people don't every time don't give the same answers like their favorite moment from the actual season of the league. It doesn't have to necessarily be Mets related, but something that you were a part of.
I'm happy to do one of each, like my favorite, my team moment, and then my favorite league moment, just
Sure,
because I
go
feel
for
like
it.
I've been involved in a lot of kind of what goes on in the league.
Go
My
ahead.
favorite Mets moment in hindsight has to be the no decision,
The no contest. Yes.
which was a very critical division game between me and the Braves, who
Yep.
are now the groundbreakers in Dynasty.
Yep.
It was a big game late in the season, somewhere like 25 probably.
Yeah, I
Um,
can. I was gonna pull
and
that.
it was obviously our first season, so there was a lot still going on. Matthew was still trying to figure out how exactly to commissiate a
Sure.
league.
That
And
okay, that game is still live on Game Changer. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. So that's game like 20 or 21, something like that.
but big game nonetheless. Something happens where the game subs a player in. Matthew mentions it, but the opposing team doesn't realize what had happened. And then they went to call for that player to enter the game an inning or two later. And then all chaos broke loose because they didn't have their player. In hindsight, we should have reset the game immediately from that point. But
Well, again, I did mention it, so I don't know that we actually should have done that. But yes, if we were going to do it, we had to do it right then.
and I feel like they would have to at least acknowledge the fact that they understood what happened if we were going to continue the game moving forward from that point the first time.
So what? We reset it back to right when that player came in.
We had played like two innings of ball
Oh,
and
it was way more than 2 innings.
we had wiped all the progress we had made since the time that player entered the
I think it
game.
was it 0-0?
I
Did
had
you
a
have
lead,
you were up
I
one? I think
believe.
you made about. I think you're up 1-0.
And so my lead got taken away, and then
Correct.
we went back to 0-0. I ended up losing the
You
game.
lost, yes, you lost the restart 2-0.
And then instead of my opponent having a complaint, I then had a complaint. Matthew talked to FanDuel the next day, decided that there was nothing we could really do at this point. So the game ended as a no contest and would have been replayed from the beginning had it been necessary. But fortunately, it was not necessary.
Yeah, that was a nightmare. That is something that I've like blocked out almost like some of the details of that game because I think yeah, that was a fuck up, but it was bound to happen at some point. Um, Wish it didn't happen in such a critical game, but again, thankfully it did not end up mattering. I think the Braves missed the playoffs by 2 games, and you did you win the division?
I felt like I might have won the
The
division.
Braves missed the playoffs. The Nats were a wild card. Yeah, you won the division then, must be.
Yeah, the Marlins didn't make the playoffs, and the Phillies didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, so you did win the division then. So yes, it
Um,
did matter.
but yeah, glad we got that out of the way early. Matthew and I had a nice long
Oh
conversation
Jesus,
about
yeah.
that game after it finished, but we got it all resolved, and I think all parties walked away at least content with the way
Yeah,
it ended.
I didn't screw anyone's seasons over, so that I don't even think it like was necessary for seeding. Like I think that you
Nope,
ended up in a spot. Well, you won the division, so you were guaranteed a top what 3 seed at that
top three
point.
seed, but I think I was the third seed.
I think you were the third seed regardless. It's definitely in here. It's in this one. Yeah, so you finished 17 and 11. Had you lost the Diamondbacks though in the regular season. So if you had won that Braves game, you still would have been the third seed. The Braves finished they were 14 and 14. The six seeded Cardinals were 16 and 13. So even if the Braves had gotten a win there, they'd have been a game out. So that didn't affect seeding or who won the division or anything like that. So it just got to be a no contest. So that game in the record books, I want to say it's a tie, but like it doesn't actually count. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I don't think it counts against your winning percentage, basically. But
Yeah.
the record books acknowledge that it happened.
And in hindsight, crazy moment that I was happy to be a part of, but in the moment, very, just a lot of emotions flying from both sides.
Okay, so maybe there's a better season zero moment that we can talk about.
Yeah, my favorite season zero moment has to be shot inning
Oh, okay.
with the Pittsburgh Pirates, run by Cassidy and now First Lady Audrey. They basically decided that they were going to deem any one of their innings where they were hitting as shot inning. And if they scored, everybody on the call would take a shot. And somehow it had probably like an 80%
It
success
was
rate.
very successful. Yeah, I wish we'd actually tracked it better, but there are specific
Um,
games I remember it happening in, but there's not like I don't have an official like success rate anywhere.
but it just felt like every time they would call for shot inning and they would pick it multiple innings in advance. It'd be the second inning, we'd start talking about shot inning. Like, yeah, it's the sixth inning tonight. And then Austin Riley would always find a way to
Yeah, he
hit
would
in
always come
that
up.
whatever inning shot inning was, and he would always either drive in a run or get a big base hit to contribute to shot innings. So he was kind of the biggest contributor to shot inning, which was convenient because that was Cassidy's favorite player. It was a way to keep her invested and involved with Pirates.
Okay. Yeah, that Pirates team ended up winning the division. They went 19 and 10. They were the number one seed in the NL. Got a bye in round one. They beat Washington in 5 games in the NLDS and then fell to the eventual World Series champion Diamondbacks in 6 games in the NLCS. Okay, that's season zero. Let's move on to football where I mean, I feel like the Titans had such a mess of a season, but you can start either place. Start with either you or your just favorite overall league football
Yep.
moment.
But the Titans were kind of all over the place. It felt like we ran into some really bad luck in multiple spots, just with different things that could have happened, whether it be overtime coin flips where we didn't get the ball first and
Yep.
lost a game that way. Random spots against the Panthers that were ruled a touchdown, and we went back and watched the replay, and it wasn't.
Yep.
Just costly drops, interceptions, turnovers. It just felt like everything kind of went against us, and we finished what 8 and 9,
9 and 8, I think was the
nine and
one,
eight,
two, three.
and
Yeah,
was
nine
one
and eight.
game out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So all in all, my only missed playoff season. But even with all the luck or lack thereof that went our way, it was still a fun time. I'd say my favorite one moment with the Titans is probably the Texans overtime game where they declined or they accepted the penalty
Yes,
to keep the
you threw
game
an
going.
interception that ended the game, but there was a whole offensive holding penalty on the play. They accepted the penalty, which gave you another life.
And then we immediately threw the craziest interception
Yeah,
I've ever seen.
one-handed.
One
Yes.
hand, and just for reference, in this Madden game, the amount of times that a pass would hit the defender in the hands and there would be no one
Yeah.
around and they would just drop it was very high. So having the defender go up and make an OBJ catch one-handed over like one of his teammates and two receivers up midfield was a crazy sequence of about a minute.
Yeah.
But in
So
hindsight, favorite moment just because it was
Yeah,
chaotic.
that being your favorite moment, like just tells you what that Titan season was. Like there, I don't. I'm looking through these wins now, and I don't see the week one win against the Saints when we thought they were going to be good was probably a highlight. You beat the Bengals in week three, which is a cool win. But like other than that, and the week 18 win obviously against Jacksonville to knock them out of the playoffs, even though it wasn't for anything yourself, was probably cool. And
It
even the
was
week
fun to play
17.
spoiler.
Yeah, you played spoiler, and then you beat the Texans in week 17. You got revenge for that week 15
Hmm.
loss. I think I know where you're going with this one, but you can go ahead and you can tell me your football league-wide favorite moment of the year.
My favorite moment is the AFC Championship
Of
game
course.
between the Chargers, who were also the girls, against the Texans, who probably had, as much as Calvin doesn't want to admit it, the best understanding of Madden and
Yep.
the mechanics of how it works. And so their team was quality. They were probably top five in spending.
They were
Um,
actually only 10th, but
okay, so they were top 10 in spending, but money spent well,
yep.
and they ran a really effective play style, and they called a really good game. And this game went into double overtime in the AFC Championship game, and the Chargers did not score a touchdown and a
Nope.
path to victory.
Yeah, 7 field goals. They were up 18 to I don't know what the score was. 18 to I don't know. I felt like they were
And
up. I think they were up. Maybe they were up 12 nothing or just something where I remember you telling me afterwards, like, oh, it just felt like we kept kicking field goals and it was like, oh, they're gonna come back and like we just can't get a touchdown. Like this game's gonna end up getting close again because they can't punch it in
mhm.
the end zone. And sure enough, yeah, it did. I don't remember how that game got to overtime. I don't remember who kicked the field goal late, who was down three. But yeah, that did you met? Yeah, we may want to touch on how that game ended. Um,
Yeah, so the way Madden worked is Colby and Fox kind of touched on it last night, but Madden kind of turned into run simulator. And so it was really just who had the best running back and offensive line combination.
The Chargers
Uh,
did not have that, by the way.
and the Chargers did
Um,
not have that. They had Javonte Williams at running back, who was an 82 overall running back.
88 speed,
Um,
nothing crazy.
nothing fast. Their quarterback was Ryan Tannehill, so it's like the offense kind of stinks. The O line was fine.
It was
They were
fine.
kind
It
of
was all in the high 70s, low 80s.
they were kind of built on a really good, solid defense. But Javonte Williams turned out to be a very effective running back for their style of play because he would get 3 to 4 yards on every carry. And so they were able to run the ball with him 3 times, and it would either be first down or it'd be fourth and short. And then Ryan Tannehill could just QB sneak it over the line, rinse and repeat, waste a bunch of time on the clock, and let their defense try to get stops. The problem is we made it into double overtime, and Javonte Williams is exhausted.
Yeah, he was
He's has
dead.
like 35 touches. He's not explosive anymore. He'd probably just taken a loss of down or he'd taken a negative play. And so a decision had to be made to go to the backup running back, which was
Boston Scott.
Boston Scott. And he on like third and long in double overtime. And he rattles off like a 20-yard first down run, which keeps the drive alive and ends up being the basically game winning play for them because it kept their drive alive enough to be able to go and kick a field goal and win the game.
Yeah, I can read the moments bracket recap of that game. So it was 12 nothing Chargers, 4 field goals. The Texans had a 15-12 lead. Chargers kicked the field goal to tie it. Um, they got a stop in a 15-15 game, but could not run out the clock. So they had to kick a sixth field goal. Texans tied the game at the end of regulation with a field goal, 18-18. Chargers won the toss, took the ball, punted from their own side of the field. Houston got a first down, punted, pinned the Chargers inside their own 10. Chargers had third and 14 from their own 4 yard line. Tannehill hit Odell for a 24-yard pass, first down, ended up punting. Texans ended up getting back to midfield, punting again. And then it doesn't say what down and distance the Boston Scott run came in or what the yardage was. But he had the run that got the Chargers into field goal range. I don't remember exactly what down they kicked it on either. It may have been fourth. But yes, Bucker hit his seventh field goal. and the Chargers made the Super Bowl by not kicking or not scoring a touchdown in the AFC Championship game. That is, I don't remember where I put it on my list of all-time games. I think third. I think it's behind just the Bengals Dolphins game we talked about last night. I have it second. It's my second favorite game of all time. That was one of those games where just my heart was beating out of my chest without any dog in the fight, obviously. Just like holy shit. Like every play is massive. Okay, so that takes us to Dynasty, season one, the Jumbo Shrimp.
The jumbo shrimp. I'm trying to think if there's like a glaring moment from the jumbo shrimp season one. I would probably say beating Dano 3 times.
Okay.
I've made fake beef with Dano, and so I feel like going 3-0 against him, who he spent a bunch of money in the original auction draft, was kind of a big moment. I had Devers and Vladdy as my two kind of mainstays in the lineup with supporting cast and Riley Green and Tovar. We ended up making the uh, championship series and losing to the eventual champion Patriots, but I don't know that there's any one moment that sticks out as like a this is my favorite moment from
I
that
think
team.
there is, and I'm about to remind you of it. But yes, I'll cover what you just mentioned. Yes, game one of the season, you beat Frisco 9-0. And Dano was very vocal about wanting a chance to avenge that loss. I don't remember what exactly he said about your team. Something about the shitty team that beat me in game one. You won game one 4-1 against Frisco, and game two 12-4. So a two games to none sweep in the wild card series. Your favorite moment of season one was certainly a home game against Colorado in game nine,
I do
where
remember
you're
this. I remember
down.
exactly where I was for this
I don't
actually.
remember if you were down 5-3 or 5-4. I'm gonna pull that up now though. Basically a win that eventually got you a top four seed.
It was a big
Um,
win.
before you then beat them again in the play-ins. Yeah, you were down six. Nope. You were down 5-3
Yep,
going
two
into the
one.
bottom of the ninth inning. Tommy Pham led off with a walk. Carlos Santana a base hit. Tovar popped out, and then Sam Haggerty with like 40 power hit
Against
a
the
three
righty
hit a
or
three
against the
run
lefty.
homer off of no, it was against the righty. It was off Big Lang
You're
Hank.
right, against the righty. Yep.
Yep, Big Lang Hank gave up three earned runs in that inning, blew the save, took the loss. Jumbo Shrimp win, and that got you to one, two, three, four. That got you to 5-4. You were 4-4 going into that game.
Yep.
You beat El Paso in game 10 to get to 6-4, which set you up as the four seed. You were the four seed and then beat the fifth seeded Colorado in game one of the final round because that was the year that Amarillo was the three
It
and
was.
Kansas City was the six.
Yep, that was a big homer. I think with a runner in scoring position, he had probably 66 contact and 32 power. And he just went to right field with it and pulled the ball down the line, and the rest was history. I remember exactly where I was for that game, and I think that's one of my favorite things about this league is you get some of these moments where you'll never forget like where you were for these moments. I was sitting on my couch at my sister's house in Birmingham, and I remember watching that game and just thinking, "Holy cow! I just escaped by the skin of my teeth and probably didn't deserve it."
Okay, so we can no, we need a full season one moment now.
So I think the most memorable thing for me from season one was the debut of Patriots Win,
Yeah.
which was created by our one of our talented musicians, Ethan McDonald, the owner of the Somerset Patriots. He made a song about his Somerset Patriots that didn't get the traction that he was hoping for, and then his brother came over the top, creating basically like a parody meme song of his Boomers. And then since it didn't get the reaction Ethan was hoping for, he quickly threw another one together that was a parody of Let It Be, or sorry, of
Yeah,
Let It
that's
Be
right.
by the Beatles, but it was called Patriots Win. And there were lyrics about all of his players: Ellie De La Cruz, Jose Ramirez, Alcoholic, Garrett Cole, and my personal favorite line about Yoshinobu Yamamoto is Yamamo tomorrow, Patriots win. And I really feel like even though they beat me, that song is a certified banger. And I think without that song, the Patriots don't go on their mystery voodoo run of elimination game wins. But I think all in all, like that's a very, very big moment for the league.
Yeah, I think we that's something we forgot about last night too when we were talking about like bracket moments from the first three seasons. That is probably a one seed.
I also have one more thing I'd like to mention from season one, and it's Bobby going 0 and 11.
That's got to be up there too. I mean, we
This
must
is
have
the
just we
one.
really brain farted last night when we were talking
This is the
about
one
season.
that I texted you about earlier when I was watching the podcast
Yeah,
from last night. I was like, I have my favorite moment, and it's Bobby going 0 and 11 after spending a decent chunk of money in the original
I mean, he
auction.
had Juan Soto.
He had Juan Soto, who's probably the greatest player in league
Yes,
history,
yeah, it certainly has
and
the best numbers.
yeah, he managed to go what like 0 and 4 with Juan Soto, and then
I think so.
off and finished the season 0 and 11. And Bobby's kind of like the league punching bag because we all made jokes that he was actually 12 years old. I mean, he's what, 18, 19, he's 19, I think. But
I think
it's
he's got to be older than that.
20 maybe. He's
Maybe
not 21 yet, but
no.
it was just the running joke that he's the child in the league. And he sometimes acts like it with his 6-7 jokes and his rage bait attempts. But seeing the new guy come in and immediately start talking trash and then go 0 and 11 just kind of, I feel like, made Bobby a better character for the league. And I think that was an important part of Bobby lore and also league lore.
Yeah, so 0 and 11 season one. There was a 2-0 loss, a 1-0 loss, a 4-3 loss, a 2-0 loss, a 2-1 loss, an 8-7 loss to the $0 groundbreakers in game 10, where the tying run got thrown out at the plate, and then he lost his only play in game 5 to 4. So, an 0 and 11 year, he lost game one of season two to make it 12 in a row, before ripping off 6 wins in 8 games, getting to 6-3, losing game
Six and
10
four at worst.
6-4 at worst, and then dropping both playing games to Binghamton, and missing the playoffs again before a 2-8 season three, which
Yeah.
spiraled out of control after an 8-7 loss to a $12 Blue Jays team. So just not a lot going on in Louisville, but you never know. Maybe he'll come back stronger. Speaking of season two, your transition to Portland, same stadium, obviously. I think I know again where you're going with this one, but go ahead. This obviously was not going to come up last night with Colby, so
It was actually mentioned in passing when you were talking about Jeff McNeil. But big game against or big series against the St. Paul Saints. And with the way the Saints work is they have four really good starting pitchers. And so in the playoffs, they're able to ride two of them in every other game and get 120 pitches out of them. And so I knew that it was going to be a tough battle, and I ended up winning game one and in extra innings, I believe. And
I
then
don't remember if that went nine or went extras. I think it might
I
have.
felt like both those games went extras.
Did you walk off game one? You walked it off in the ninth.
Okay, in the ninth, and then in game two, another just absolute nail biter,
That one went
and
what, 13? 14
bunch
innings.
bunch of innings. And Rafael Devers, who was kind of the face of my franchise through the first two seasons, hits the ball towards shortstop in the hole. OJ Simpson goes to field it, boots it, glove didn't fit, couldn't make the play. Season over for Colby, and it was at the hands of his league idol, which I thought was very fitting because, as he likes to say, the glove didn't fit.
So yeah, another thing we can mention about that series was going into game one, or maybe in the middle of game one, we talked about 20-0 was the St. Paul record when scoring at least 4 runs, through the first two seasons to that point. They score 4 runs in game one and 4 runs in game two and lose both 5-4. Walked off in both. That was also ruled a hit. I'd
It
like to point out
was.
as well. That
Shouldn't have been,
Devers, it was ruled
but
a
it
single.
was.
Yeah, it probably should have been an error. Ends up getting ruled a hit. It was the bases were loaded with 2 outs. The bases were loaded with 1 out, and Salvi struck out the batter before. And then yes, Devers hits the hard. It was a hard ground ball, but it was a play that should have been made. Ruled a hit. Portland walks off. They move on to round two, where we will not discuss what happened. Favorite league-wide moment from season two. Again, I think I know where you're going with this one. And Colby,
I
I
mean,
brought it up
it
last night.
yeah, it just continues to kind of be a trend. New fans will notice quickly that the girls always just find ways to win games. Doesn't matter if it's baseball or football. But in game one of the World Series, the Pensacola Blue Wahoos are playing against the Boston Red Sox, and this is Audrey's final series, no
Yep.
matter what, because she was going to have to be removed from ownership due to marriage. So big final series for Audrey. Cassie's going to be taking over after the season was over, but we get to the bottom of the ninth in game one, and the Pensacola Blue Wahoos trail by one
Six to
run or
six. They're down two, 6-4.
two runs.
Lu
And
Luis Ariz ground out to start the inning. Jamer Candelario strikes out for out number two.
now we have
Cedric Mullins
two
comes up,
outs with Cedric Mullins up,
the
who
nine
is
hitter.
a very famous player for the girls, who was with the Pirates in season zero and is now in his third season with the Pensacola Blue Wahoos. Has only ever played for the girls, but he was a hero in the Pirates season because Audrey referred to him as C. Dick
During
Mullins
the
as
during the draft, yeah, I think
Cedric
she
Mullins.
was looking through the sheet and said, "Oh, who's Cedic?"
And so that was an instant draft of C. Dick Mullins, who turned out to be really good. I believe made an all-star team in season
Yep.
zero.
And yeah, I think he
Uh,
made an all-star. Did he make an all-star team last year too, potentially, or maybe it was season one?
it was either season one or season two.
I think he's a two-time all-star.
He is. And so with two outs in the ninth, he hits a homer to cut it to 6-5.
Yep.
With the top of the order coming up, Gunnar Henderson, who was the big off-season addition for Pensacola, and he watches a curveball, just an absolute hanger at the top of the zone. And Matthew says something like, "Oh, he probably wishes he would have swung at that one." And Cassidy unmutes randomly and says, "He didn't like this. He didn't like that one. He's gonna like this one though." And then the next pitch is just absolutely blasted, no doubt home run to tie the game.
Yeah,
And
but Oppo as well. Left
probably
field.
one of those moments that when you talk about league moments that you'd like to have recorded, just exclusive snippets, like that one's probably at the top, if not at the top, very near the top for me.
Yeah, so that's the bottom of the ninth. Actually, Tigger ends up getting a hit right behind Gunner. Steals second, but Gavin Lux grounds out to end the inning. We go to extras. Red Sox get a couple men on, ground into a double play. Wahoo start the bottom of the 10th with back-to-back singles and a sac bunt before Arise is intentionally walked to load the bases. Candelario strikes out. Mullins flies out. We go to the 11th inning. Juan Soto hits a leadoff homer in the top of the 11th for the Red Sox. They leave a walk on base as well. Bottom of the 11th inning. Henderson singles, Kedar singles. Lux bunts them over to second and third. Gary bunts Henderson in and Kedar's to third before Yelich's walk and Lars Nootbaar walks off game one. 8, 7, and 11 innings. Pensacola won game one. They lost game two. They won game three. They lost game four, and then they won games five and six to win the series in six at home. Because that goes 2-3-2. So that
I'm not sure where they can go from here because in season zero they well I guess they lost in season one of the dynasty.
yeah
So
they've lost in the semis. They've lost in the first round. I guess they went. It was semis, championship, first round,
and
win
then they won it
championship. If they lose to the Braves this year in the
second
division
round,
series, they'll have done everything there is to do in a four-round playoffs,
except for miss it.
except for miss it.
They are
Yes.
the only franchise to make the playoffs in all five seasons.
Yep, that is correct. All right, so that gets us to the present. Um,
Oh,
I don't know that there's a lot of moments for the
there's
Sea
not.
Dogs this year. Um,
Actually, I have a favorite moment from the Sea Dogs, and it
okay.
was getting Riley Green's progression following the end of the
You're
season
really slipping that one in
into
there.
season two. Riley Green been with the team since season one. Had a really good season last year. Got a great bump up from an 88 to a 96.
94.
So 86 to 94. I believe he got a +8 overall. Um, and I've got him for one more year going into season four. So just fair warning to the league. Portland/Cincinnati will be spending a good chunk of change, and we'll probably be reaching a new high in spending in franchise history. So,
It's hard to pick a moment for this year already, I guess, just because I'm sure we have an iconic moment waiting somewhere around the corner. But if you had to pick one from the full league thus far this year, where are you going?
the bees upsetting Kyle.
Oh man, yeah, that was one. I don't know how that didn't get mentioned last night either.
I feel like $4,000 Kyle like losing a game is a big moment always, and the fact that it happened to like a sub $200 bees team, and Landon notoriously great manager, great owner, responsible for maybe the greatest besides Michelle Obama, maybe the greatest like inspiration to league strategy, like game strategy, with the creation and use of Little Booger, the season one MVP. I feel like he's kind of revolutionized the bunting game, and you now see a couple teams that some have succeeded, some have failed in building a team based off of bunting. You know, you look at the season two Bulls, it caused a divorce, but then you look at the season three Rangers, and they've now won a playoff series. And so, and Landon made it all the way to the CS in season one with Lil Booger, and maybe should have won that series if not for the Jeff McNeil
I
error
think
that was
Colby would
talked
be the
about
first
last
one to
night.
tell you that, yeah, that he could have lost. I mean, he had an extra innings walk off in that series too. Like the LCS and the World Series were both series that he felt like he won Game 7 by a billion runs, but he could have lost the LCS 6-1, and he could have lost the World Series 7-0.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, obviously, Somerset and St. Paul in season one both had God on their side, but there was certainly some strategy that got Landon as far as he did, and getting back to the playoffs this year, with again a roster that was sub $200 and pulling off the biggest single game upset we've ever seen in the process. Good on him. And we'll be seeing a lot more of him, I'm sure. I think he's intent on spending next year as well. So
Yep.
we can sort of touch on some of the playoff stuff that's been going on. Couple of game threes today. Neither were particularly exciting in the ninth inning. Both of them 3-run games. Pittsburgh had one base runner in 9 innings, so not a whole lot to talk about offensively for them. Texas is on to round two. They'll play the winner of New York and the Boomers tomorrow night. The Rangers are in tough pitching shape going into that series. No Jack Flaherty for the first two. No Jesus Luzardo for the first three. And then Will Smith will have to miss one of the first two games, at least behind the plate. So you'll see Matt Thaiss catching one of those games. So again, for Texas, season it was already an overwhelming success. It's even more so now. Pittsburgh's gonna have to go back to the drawing board after a third straight wild card round loss. I continue to feel for Ray. I told him as such today. But yeah, Texas will get the winner of New York and the Boomers, and hopefully he makes a series of it to keep us entertained. On the other side of the bracket, Durham beating El Paso 5-2. Toadsworth finally kind of had an off game. He gave up as many runs today as he had all season coming in. He had a really good game one, just didn't quite have it today. Stamina got away from him pretty quickly and unexpectedly, and it was 5-0 Durham before you could kind of really blink. So those are the two game threes that happened. Any playoff thoughts from you before we get into sort of the family tree?
Yeah, I have a couple thoughts just the games from today. I mean, like you said with Nauert, I think making the playoffs big success. Not sure he really thinks he has much of a chance going up against either the Boomers or the Yankees. So I think it was kind of just all hands on deck to beat the Pirates. It'll be interesting to see if he pockets some of that money or if he ends up reinvesting it into his team in season four. Because losing a guy like Luzardo is to free agency kind of is a big hit to what we can expect for them in season four. Something I thought was interesting with Ray is he has like 3 or 5 players under contract next year. And it's Aaron Judge, it's Tuda, it's Kershaw, it's DeGrom, and then it's like maybe some
Jameson
relievers.
Taillon's under contract. Matt Strom. Marcus Simeon's also under
Marcus
contract for another
Simeon.
year.
Yep. But not a lot to go off there. And as we've seen with recent teams that have tried to just build through free agency, it can get very expensive very quickly. The Mariners did it. The Yankees did it this year. Obviously, to an extreme, the Yankees did, but it can be very expensive to build a team that way. So I'm very interested to see which direction Ray goes moving into season four, considering he doesn't have any picks to trade away either. Um, I think from the Chihuahua side, the Bulls are the better team. I don't think anyone's really gonna argue that. That lineup's really good. They have a really good one-two punch. It'll be interesting to see how they match up against Binghamton, not having either Green or Waldron for game one.
Yep.
I would imagine that that's probably a Jordan Wicks start and pray, but you never know. Like the way sometimes an offense can just go cold. I feel like if they can steal game one, they have a legitimate shot to beat Binghamton. I don't expect them to win game one. I think they're going to be huge underdogs. The Binghamton pitching staff is really strong. So I expect Binghamton in four. I think Waldron steals a game, just throwing a gem, kind of like he did today. But
It would
I'm
have to be
expecting
game two if they don't win a different game. So
right.
he'd have to steal game two.
So I'm expecting Binghamton to advance there, and then with El Paso, kind of the Cinderella team in the playoffs in a way. Like throughout two seasons, they had spent a combined $20, something like that.
Nah, it was more than that, I think, because
They
they had
spent ten
probably,
dollars. They spent $10 in season one because they got 10 $1 players in season one. So it was no more than 40.
let's see, season one, yeah, they were $9 by the end of the year. Season two, I don't think I have the full pot breakdown. I don't know what exactly they were, but they spent a little bit more at the start of that year because they ended up with Simeon and Stanton, obviously. That didn't hold, but they took at
But
least a little bit of money back there.
yeah, but I think it was a good step in the right direction for them. They kind of decided that now was their time to build off the core they'd built with Tibbs and Bowser and Serrano and Toadsworth. And so now they made the playoffs and profited this season. It'll be interesting to see if they look to reinvest the money that they made this year or if they run a similar type of salary back next year and just try to sneak into the playoffs again. But it'll be their last year of season one All Star and Chihuahua's cult hero, James Tibbs.
Yeah, so obviously pieces hitting
Friend of the program, by the way, James
free
Tibbs.
agency for them looks like Cease is a free agent, Geraldo Perdomo a free agent, Spencer Horwitz a free agent. Jose Quijada and Joe Jimenez, the back of the bullpen, both free agents. You have the big Ketel Marte contract that they've had interest in. We'll see if he's still on the team next year. But yeah, you've got one more year of James Tibbs at $1, but then you have the core of Bowser and Serrano and Toadsworth. We'll see what his progression looks like at 40 years old, going on 41 with like a 3 ERA. So we'll see where that goes. But yes, you potentially have a core of those three plus another
And
top 10 pick
10, yep.
from Chattanooga. So the future bright there. We'll see what kind of comes of it. You've got Durham in four over Binghamton in four over Durham in round two. Who do you have winning game three tomorrow night between New York and the Boomers?
I feel like I just have to take the Yankees. Like everyone seems to be on the Boomers. Everyone's cheering for the Boomers. I'm cheering for the Boomers. Matthew can't admit it, but he's cheering for the Boomers. Just seeing the 4,000 team go down, $4,000 team go down is very exciting because they've been the juggernaut all year. The team's loaded. They should be loaded. But Kyle always finds a way to overthink things. And I would like to think at some point he just keeps it simple and throws his good pitchers and just kind of does that and wins. But I've been surprised before. Kyle's surprised us all before. But I'm going to take the Yankees because they're the better team and they're deeper and they have more pitching.
I mean, I have to address the I'm cheering for the Boomers thing. I'm even just gonna straight up address it from an entertainment standpoint, right? Is it more entertaining if the Boomers win tomorrow night and knock the Yankees out and you have the whole Yankees are dead celebratory party on socials? Or is it better if they make the World Series and play like a Binghamton and where you have two behemoth rosters going up against each other in a World Series I mean, everyone's gonna watch the World Series anyways, but you're talking about $7,000 in rosters between those two teams. So I honestly don't know the answer to that. I don't know what drives more engagement. Like if the Yankees are dead, is everyone going to stop? Like the hate watch of the Yankees ends at that
It's
point.
over.
So
Yep.
so I don't know. I mean, like from a league perspective only, I don't know what the league would be cheering for tomorrow night. But it's definitely cheering for a good game. Like I said last night, I think it breaks the viewership record. But I would like a game three that comes down to the wire, especially between those two teams. So you have the Yankees. I assume you have the Yankees then beating the Rangers in round two
in three.
in three games. We can touch on Gwinnett and Boston as well. That series will conclude tomorrow. Gwinnett up 2 games to 1. They're playing game four at I want to say 3 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, 3 p.m. Eastern. If they need a game five, they'll play it right after. So that series will conclude tomorrow. Who do you got there?
Who are the probable starters for game four?
So game four would be Renel Blanco for Gwinnett and Ryan Pepio for Boston. And then if we saw a game five, it would be Senga and Monet Davis for the third time.
I'm going to take Gwinnett in four.
So Gwinnett wins game four tomorrow, and they
Mhm.
win three in a row to take the series. So you'd have a Gwinnett and New York LCS on one side. Binghamton would get the winner of Atlanta and then the winner of Pensacola Rocket City. I assume you have Pensacola winning that first series. Um, if not, let me know. But if you have Pensacola winning, Atlanta Pensacola in the division series, a 5 gamer, who you got?
So I have Pensacola in two over Rocket City. And then, wow, Atlanta, Pensacola, a rematch from last year. Atlanta's stronger. Pensacola's probably weaker. Um, it just feels like such a toss-up. I am going to take Pensacola in five.
Everyone I feel like seems to think that's a 4 or 5 game series. So Pensacola comes off the Atlanta series in 5 games. Binghamton took care of Durham in four. They had to get the rest game. So Binghamton has the rest advantage against Pensacola in the best of seven championship series. Who wins there?
I will take Binghamton in six.
Binghamton in six makes the World Series. You have New York and Gwinnett on the other side. New York getting 1 game of rest over there. Actually, well, everyone's going to get a game of rest. So New York
Yeah,
gets 2 games of rest. Gwinnett gets one. New York will certainly be almost fully fresh, unless, well, if they won in a 3 game series, they'd be fully fresh. Gwinnett, I would assume, with a bye, would also get a full game of, or a full clean pitching reset. So clean pitching on both sides, New York and Gwinnett, who wins and in how many games?
I'm going to take the New York Yankees in 6 games.
6 games.
And
Okay.
I
So
think the Stripers win two single starts.
okay. So yeah, he would probably start if they won in four, he would start games one, three, and five.
Feels
So
like they
they
win like three and five.
okay. So they go down 2-0. Backs against the wall in game three, they win, and then they stave off elimination down 3-1 in game five, and then head back to Yankee Stadium and lose in game six. So you
Without
have
putting
the
a bunch
same
of thought into it. Yeah, that's kind
you,
of my thought.
you have Binghamton and New York in the World Series. Binghamton, they both won in six, so the pitching, rest would be even. Who wins the World Series?
I will take the Binghamton Rumble
It makes
Ponies
3 people now who've picked Binghamton. And how many games?
in 6 games.
Okay, you couldn't give me a seventh.
I
If
could.
Binghamton and New York played a game seven, again that breaks the attendance record for
It
sure too.
does.
But Binghamton wins game six on the road. You were the third straight person to pick Binghamton to win the
Nobody
World
wants to pick
Series.
the Yankees to win the World Series. That's not fun or cool. And I feel like I have to pick Pops, right?
I
Like
understand.
it'd be wrong not to. I would like to think that he's going to be consulting me for some of these decisions if that series does happen. And I think that there's a way that you can get into Kyle's head and make him start to overthink some things. And I think there could be a good game plan coming from Binghamton's side of things. As much as I like to see my dad fail because it's funny, seeing the Yankees fail would be funnier.
All right. Well, speaking of your father, let's build out a league family tree.
Here we go.
This is going to be a very difficult exercise, mostly just because of the technology that's afforded to us. Like this website sort of sucks. But I think the way we're gonna do it is name the title will just be tenure. And then there's notes I can put under it. We'll list the teams that people have been. We'll group people. So, there's groups that I belong to or other people belong to. We'll try to keep the lines as clean and concise as possible. We may have to add some in a post edit, but when we actually release this.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Let's
And this will be posted on Substack,
yeah,
correct?
we'll put this out somewhere so that everyone can see it.
Absolutely. So, and we'll draw some lines, clean it up because I was playing with it a little bit earlier. In the way some of it works, it can get quite messy, but we'll have to clean a little bit of it up and
Okay, so I need to hit add a partner to start this, right?
add a partner. That is
Yeah.
correct.
So we are going to add a group here. So I need to hit upload image, make this a group. Let's start from the beginning, I guess. Let's make this group. Let's make this the NG group, I guess. But NG like school group. So I can make this high school group. That's fine. Um, and then we can do. Oh, we can make this a gay marriage too over here. Let's. I don't need to do country of origin. I don't think I need to do anything here with that either. So we can just make that the NG high school group.
Yep.
And then we're gonna make what childs of these
Add a child as a single parent child.
single parent child. And that. All right. So let's start. I guess let's just make this you for simplicity.
All right.
So the biography is going to be season 0 to present, and then season 0 Mets, football Titans, dynasty. I'll just say jumbo shrimp
Jumbo
slash
shrimp
sea
slash
dogs
dogs.
and save that there. So that's you.
And then create a sibling for me.
Add a sibling off of you. That's going to be Lime.
That's gonna be the lime.
So it's going to be Lime. That is going to be season 0. Oh, nice.
Oh,
That's
nice.
going to save me so much time. Season 0 Blue Jays, football Panthers, and then the Dynasty Braves. So that can be
Yep.
saved there. Is there anyone else we're missing from this group?
I believe of current owners, that's it. We have like the season zero Reds, the season zero Astros,
Lime's
Bill
co-owner from
Ball
football and
partner
season 1 of the
football.
Braves.
But I think from high school, that is
You could
it.
technically drop Austin in this group. I won't for
Yeah, he
simplicity.
belongs. He belongs with another group.
He belongs in a different group, but I technically knew him before that other group existed, or before I knew him through that other group. So
Yep.
he would technically be in here, but for simplicity, we'll move him elsewhere. Okay, so what do I need to add? I guess I
Go
can't
back
add
to
a.
you. Are we gonna? Do you want to build off you first? Because I think is that going to
Okay,
be easier or more
let's add.
difficult?
Let's build off me first. Let's add partner, and let's go. Let's make this.
I believe
Um,
NG baseball.
that's good. We can do that. Let's make. Yeah, so we'll have to figure out how to add the lines later. Okay, so I need to add what, single parent child again?
Yes.
Okay, so let's make, oh boy, this is a mess. What the fuck? Why is it like
It
this?
would be nice if NG baseball was just on the other side of you right
Well,
now.
it does, yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. I want it over here. Why, what the hell? This is awful.
It doesn't matter though, because we're gonna have two more groups coming off of you anyway. So you just get
Okay,
around. A lot of
all right.
partners.
But this line crossing for no reason is wild. Okay, so let's make this what, Fox, I guess?
This can be Foxy from last night.
Damn it.
Yep.
Okay. So this is season 0 to present as well. This is the season 0 Cubs, the
Cubs.
football Ravens, and the Dynasty Flying Squirrels. And then I need to add a sibling of Fox.
Sibling. That'll be Austin.
Yep. Let's make this Austin with season 0 to present, season 0 Marlins, football Dolphins, and then the Dynasty Lookouts. It's an easy. Let's add a sibling of Austin.
It'll be Nowert.
Yep. Let's edit. Let's go Noward in here. Oops. I
Our
can't
first
type.
non-lifer.
Yeah, so season or that's football through
Football.
present. And that is football Titans and the Dynasty Rangers. Is that it from that
Now,
group?
technically, I am a part of that group as well.
And so technically is your father.
Who will be my son?
I think we have to put him in this group.
He's
No?
probably in the well, yeah,
I think it makes the most sense to put him in this group rather than making him your son.
because he was the coach
I knew
of
your
this
dad well
team.
enough to invite him myself. I didn't necessarily need you to do it, I
The
think.
question then becomes, should we move me to this group and just have Lime be off by his lonesome? I don't
No, because I
I don't
knew
know.
you before this group.
Yeah,
I
you're
guess
right.
I
You're
guess
right.
Austin could be over there too. I don't know. We're gonna put your
That's
dad in this
fine.
group just to
Yep.
make it
And,
simple. So let's add a
and
sibling.
we'll draw a dotted line because I did this in paper, what, 2 years ago during football.
Yes.
And so yeah, we'll
So
draw
season
some.
zero to present. Season zero Orioles football Buccaneers. The two C's and two E's? Or
Two
not, I know
C's,
it's two
two
E's.
E's.
One
Yep,
F.
that's right.
And
That's right.
then Dynasty Rumble Ponies. I can't wait till we get to Marcus. It's gonna be so fucking messy. Anyways. Okay.
Enjoy
So
Micah too.
yeah, okay. So that puts us here.
And
Um,
they don't have any current recruitments. Austin recruited Zach, who you heard a lot about last night, or I guess
yeah.
not much about, but Austin recruited Zach, the season or the football 49ers,
Yeah, and your dad recruited Mr. Rick, the football Falcons,
football
but doesn't
Falcons.
need to be. No, actually, we do have a recruitment from here. Well, is that are we counting JT off you?
JT should probably be off dad.
Okay, so let's do that. So this is child,
Had child, single
single
parent
parent
child.
child.
Although you could make him a child with me.
Would that? I guess that could move you close to him. Yeah. Let's see what happens if we do that. Hang on. Oh God. Okay. Let me delete this person, and then I do add child with a new partner. Oh, it's a new partner though. All right. No,
Oh,
never mind. Enough new partners for your dad. Let's do
yeah, just a child.
add child, single parent child, and then we'll do
JT
JT, a biography. What season two
season
to present?
two yeah, season two and season three.
So this is season two to season three Phillies.
Who was the season one Phillies?
It was the football Chiefs. It was Trevor.
Right.
So like we're already getting to the point where I can't read the fucking names on here. That's gonna get annoying. Anyways, all right. So that covers that, I think. We'll hold off on you for now.
Yep.
Let's
Add
do
you another partner.
yeah, you know me. Okay, so that throws me on the other side. Let's make another group here. Let's just call this group. Well, you said there were two other groups we need to add.
It's GAC.
Let's do that. So let's do
And then we
GAC
also
group.
have a group of sim leagues or of leagues in general
And we also have college.
and
So
college.
all right, so
God,
let's do
you get
this.
around.
Yeah, I get around. So GAC group. I don't need to add anything to that. I just need to start adding
Have
children.
some children.
Some single parent children. And of course the line is curvy as shit. Let's just start with Audrey, I guess, and then do
You can make her female so her photo comes up as
yeah, I'll make her a Cassie female for sure. Profession, first lady, and then we'll do
but also yeah, season zero to season two.
yeah. I mean I think we know she's the first lady. So when I write because I'm gonna type in season zero Pirates, football Chargers, season one to season two Blue Wahoos
Yep.
there.
First lady.
Yeah, and then the first lady will show up ahead of that as her current title. So that's
Nice.
there.
Add it. No, go to Audrey and add a sibling.
At a sibling. God, this will make her thrilled. She'll love this. Um,
Your
let's
first sibling.
pick your poison, I guess.
Jared.
All right, we'll do Jared. I guess we need to put it in Jared D
Yeah.
just so we can keep that. Season zero to present. So that's the season zero Cardinals, the football Broncos, and the dynasty Boomers.
Nice. Yep. And then
And
he
then
gets a sibling.
yeah, and well,
That's
just to keep that clean, we'll make
Gavin.
that Gavin. And we will do season zero to present. His biography is going to be the exact same. Season zero Cardinals, football, Broncos, and Dynasty Boomers.
Do you think it's important to put a note on Jared that he is the bookie?
Yeah, I actually like that. I like that. Uh, let's just put bookie here.
Bookie.
I don't know if I can put two things. I'll just put season zero to present because he was the bookie in season zero too. That's fine. I guess
You
I
know,
can put. I guess I may as well throw that on hers too. Just
no,
as a,
she's season two technically.
what?
She's not present
Yeah, I mean,
anymore.
I think being a member, I think being an employee, not really an employee, but like someone doing things for the league, I think she can stay as a
Oh
season
yeah,
zero
that's another thing
member.
you could add. You could add social media manager to her
Yeah,
profession.
I could do that. I won't, but I could. Uh,
If she ever
at
watches this, then
yeah,
we'll go and
then she can
change
have
it.
it. Yeah, she can have it
Yeah.
if she ever sees this. Okay. Ethan.
Audrey, your secret word that you need to say to Matthew is maple syrup. And
Okay.
if you ever tell Matthew maple syrup or type it in chat, then we will add social media manager to your
So
family
this
feud
is
session.
season zero Tigers, football Giants, and then the Dynasty Patriots. And I think that covers.
Important to note, Gavin and Ethan, actual twin brothers.
Yeah, actually,
We will draw that line in between
yeah,
them
we're gonna have to do
in
that
post
there,
of
and then yeah, this is already getting so messy and big. All right, so I need to add another woman in my life.
yep. So,
Let's add a partner of
sorry,
mine,
Audrey.
and it's just gonna cut right across instead of like over or something. It's just gonna blur the lines. Let's call this group. Um,
College,
yeah, let's just do that.
second best college in the state of South Carolina.
You're just a big coastal guy, aren't you? Let's
I'm
throw
probably
this in
giving you guys
there.
way too much credit.
Hey, Coastal got swept in baseball. This been kind of.
We
So
didn't. Go
yeah,
us.
neither did we. Yeah, look at us. Okay. So let's add a child and a single parent child at that. And let's call this Matt R.
Something to also note, Audrey belongs to this group as well.
Yeah, I
Um,
think I think we put. Oh, I
we
almost
will
went
move
back. I don't know if that would have fucked things
we
up or
will
not.
move her over to the right in post so that she's at least
Jesus.
next to that
Yes.
Gamecocks group.
Yep. Okay. So this is season zero to present, season zero Red Sox, football Commanders, and Dynasty Clippers. Add a sibling, and this will be Alex. And this will be season zero to present, season zero Angels, football Commanders, and Dynasty Clippers. I think we probably want to draw the lines between like Jared and Gavin as co-owners and Matt and Alex as co-owners too. I mean, it's obviously spelled out, but this is going to
And
get really small.
you're gonna need to add Alex. Alex has a child.
Yes, I am. But before we do that, oh, uh-oh. Oh,
Yep,
wait a
that's
minute.
Alex's child.
We
We
just
moved
moved. We just teleported. Okay. Yes, let's add in Bobby here. Literal
the
child.
child, the actual child.
This is season
This
one to
dy-
present,
yep, this dynasty.
and it's just the Dynasty Bats. But I need to add a sibling of Matt Riddick. To go back,
Dowd.
and this is Dowd, and this is also season zero to present. The season zero Mariners, the football Patriots, and then the Dynasty Red Sox.
And a player on the season zero Mets.
Yeah, I mean, if we really wanted to do that, like, I mean, like, I could add Now, I could add Paul to this
You
if I
probably
wanted
should.
to. I probably should. You're right. Let's add. Oh, I can't though. I can't add.
Yeah,
All right, we'll have to do that in post too, I guess.
or maybe.
Nah, it's fine. He's not. I mean, he's not an official employee of the
Yeah,
league.
he's the although he's probably maybe we had him as a child of Nowart in a roundabout weird way
Okay, let's do that. That's no, I think that's
as
fair. I think that's fair.
umpire.
Oh, he just switches sides again. So we'll do. Let's just do Paul. No one, surely no one will put that together. Umpire.
Yep,
Uh, that's
act
it.
father of Nowart.
I'm not gonna put that in there. I'm just gonna leave that there. We'll have to because we're gonna have to probably put some text in some places. Okay, so that is that group, and now I need to add
Um,
another group off of me.
yep, which is the league. Oh boy.
Oh my God, we are all the way over here. Okay, so now everything shifted left. So this is gonna be group. Which one are we calling this? Are we doing
I mean,
2K?
do you want to just do leagues
I think
and
we need
then
to
you
do
can
two.
have
I think we need to split them. I think we need to split them.
okay.
I think we have too many. I think we have enough. I think we have at least three people in each bucket, so we may as well split them from where they actually came from.
I was just gonna do group league, and then I was gonna have kids of the leagues as the other like the
That's fine.
group
No, that's fine. That's
name.
fine. Okay, I don't mind that. So let's just do leagues here. I
And
guess
so
let's just do I don't know. We'll do video game leagues just so we
yeah,
kind of know what we're on
for
about.
anyone
Okay.
confused, you gotta change the profile picture on that one.
Yeah, I do.
For anyone confused, Matthew has run a variety of leagues across NBA 2K, MLB The Show, and then the beginning of this, a college football sim, variety of leagues. And so some of these people we've met in these leagues and they have stuck around for a while.
So this is
And
another group. I need to make this a group too. Oh no. I've reached a 5 image upload for my family tree. All right, well,
Oh
hang on. I guess while we're here,
no.
let's just. Oh, well, I don't know that I want to do. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait.
Everyone.
90 days pro access. 299. I think that's worth it.
Yeah, probably is worth
For the
it.
second straight night, I've made a purchase on the pod.
What was the first one last night?
Zoom
Zoom Premium.
Premium.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, nice. Everyone, get
Everyone, yeah,
Matthew.
write down my credit card information. Hang on, let me stop the share, I guess. No,
Oh,
it's just continuing on my phone. It needs my Face ID.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom while you're doing this.
Oh, it's already purchased. What do you mean?
Well, you're without me for a second.
That's fine. Thank you for your order. Please allow a few minutes for the changes to take effect. If you don't see the upgrade shortly, feel free to contact support. Okay. Oh, I fear that we're gonna lose our family tree. Okay, never mind. We're good. We're good. Okay. All right. Well, now they can't stop me from adding photos. I can't believe I just spent 299 on that. I got it, I guess. All right. So the child of this group, which I now need to also give an image to. This is going to be called Group 2K Leagues. And then from there, I need to add a child, single parent child of this. I mean, good God. Dude, this is not readable because this is going all the way back from here to here to here.
Yeah.
I
Do you
mean,
think you could have written off that expense on the league?
probably. But I mean, now we're still, I mean, we're committed to this bit now. I've already spent $3 on this product.
Yeah, now we have to get to the
Okay.
end. So I
All
guess we
right.
want to create oh, these are 2K leagues. Yep.
Yes. So we'll make this Cam. Season 0 to present. Season 0 Brewers. Football Colts. Dynasty Sod Poodles. I can't type. I still can't type. I still can't
The
type.
dose poodles,
Yep. And I need to add a
the
sibling.
sibling, which is
It can be either Brad or Drew. We'll do Brad first, I guess.
yep.
And then this is season 0 to present, season 0 Braves, football Saints, Dynasty Groundbreakers.
Was Brad the only one from that group ownership that participated in those
Yes.
leagues?
Yeah. I don't even think we're going to branch them out. I just spent more on familytreebuilder.com than they've spent on the Groundbreakers.
That's
So
fair.
we're just going to leave them as Brad. And then we'll
But
add,
yes, Brad has some extra co-owners,
yeah,
but they have been together for all
correct.
5 seasons of the league,
This is
so
going to be
they're all just
Drew, and this is going to be season 1 to present, and this will be the Dynasty Blue Jays.
yes. This was a 2K league that we ran, or I guess Matthew ran,
So
and I
you have to be under NG Baseball and NG High School and Video Game League somehow.
mhm. Yep,
Sick.
not under the. You can remove me from that Gamecock one though. I don't want to be anywhere close to that one.
That's what they all say. Okay. So I now need to make a sub-child of this.
Subchild.
Yeah, there we go. And then I need to
Yeah.
make this another group.
But yes, that 2K league was a league that Matthew ran in high school where we were all given teams in 2K and could make trades and would play a 29 game season against the other teams in the league.
Uh,
Kind of the kind of acted as a blueprint for where we are today in a weird roundabout way, but there was definitely some structure and Matthew got creative with the rules and whatnot and was also a blast to participate in.
okay, so now we're here, MLB leagues. So let's start. I guess we'll start with tie. It's probably the easiest one
Yep.
to
And so
start with.
this is the exact same thing as these 2K leagues, but instead we're playing MLB the Show.
And I wasn't playing anymore at that point. I had
Yep.
shifted to
Matthew is no
full
longer playing.
season 0 Guardians, football Packers, and then the Dynasty Yard Goats. And I need to make a
Goats.
child of Ty.
Yep. He has a child.
Yep. He's a child. Um,
He
this
acts
is
like it sometimes.
this is now Preston. Um, should we give him his title or should we allow him to be season 1 to present?
No, you should get a title.
Okay. Shitty
City
manager
manager.
who doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Oh, I got spaced out. I guess he survives.
Or no, just do shitty manager doesn't know what he's doing.
Nah, it's fine. I'll just see the one to present him. This is just the
Maybe
Dynasty
that could be an
Cubs.
interesting fact about him. I feel like that's important for just knowing who Preston is.
Yeah, it is. I'll be kind though. Okay, so I now need to add a sibling of Ty. Let's make this Abhishek.
I'm going to provide a story on Preston for those who are unfamiliar.
Go ahead.
Preston recorded a video. We have a videos channel in the Discord where players are encouraged to send pregame videos or postgame videos, whatever it might be. And Preston sent a video trying to hype up his team for a big game and said, "Oh, I know some of you guys think that Preston's a shitty manager and he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, but that couldn't be further from the truth," or something. He said something like that. But of course, we just clipped the part that says Preston's a shitty manager and doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and it has become probably the most used soundboard item
Yeah.
in games.
All right. So
Was
Abhishek
Will
and Will.
also in the league, or I thought he was a recruit
Yes.
of Abhishek?
No. Oh, technically, so he technically was a
But if he
recruit of
participated in
Abhishek,
the league, then
but he participated in the leagues.
okay.
So he's going to be here. And then I need to make children of Abhishek now.
Yep.
Single parent child.
Cam needs a child too.
Does he? Oh, yes, he
Our favorite
does.
Australian.
He does need a child. You're right. Okay, hang on. So Abhishek, this is where it starts to get hazy. So Abhishek got
He's gonna have
Jacob
a
in
bunch of
here for
he's gonna have a bunch
sure.
of children.
Well, actually, Abhishek got Jacob in here, but I don't know if Jacob was the one who got Jake in here or if I think Jake, oh
Just
God.
probably put them all under Abhishek.
That makes the
Uh,
most sense. That's fine. Okay, so let's do Jacob because Jacob was here first. He was football. He was the football Steelers and then the Dynasty Trash Pandas.
yep.
So I should instead of putting Jake under Jacob. See, I
Make a
know,
sip.
but I know Jacob has a. I know he has a free play on the book still. So because there's Jake and there's also Ray,
Ray. Yeah.
but I think he only has actually. All right, hang on. I'm gonna fact check this. Where's my phone? Shit. I'm gonna fact check and see how many free plays he has on the book. And that can tell. That'll tell me how many he has. Two. He has two free plays. They're both Jacobs. So
Okay.
these both need to be children of Jacob then. Because
But
he runs that other league too. So these are going to be single parent child of Jacob. So this is going to be Ray, who is just season one to present, and he's just the Dynasty Pirates. And then I need to add a sibling of Ray, who's going to be Jake Seawolves.
that's his name. No,
Yeah,
no.
okay, yeah, Jake Seawolves. Um, Scheduling czar,
Yep.
season one to present, Dynasty Seawolves.
And the schedulings are.
Yeah, well, if I officially recognize that as his title, I would. Okay.
Self-appointed schedules are.
All right. So is there anybody we're
Cam,
missing?
Cam needs a child.
Cam needs a child, yes. Cam has had many a child, but the only one that's still kicking is Gilly.
Yep.
Uh, this
Season
is season
zero to
zero to
present.
present. Yeah, season zero Diamondbacks, football Lions, and then the Dynasty Space Cowboys.
Yep. Yeah, Cam had his brother in the league for season zero.
And then
And
I think a friend of his and a friend of his brother's
was
who
in football and season one.
one of his friends was in season zero as the Rockies.
Right.
A friend of his brother, I don't remember which is which. A different friend was the Chiefs in football, and then they actually technically both owned the Dynasty Phillies in season
Phillies.
one.
Correct. But they are no longer in the league.
Correct. So I think does that cover where we're at? Are we missing any?
Um, let's go. We can go through the standings real quick and figure out if
Go ahead. Yeah, you just start reading them off, and if I'll basically if they're under you, and there's also going to be the random FanDuel recruit group, I guess.
yeah, well, and the other thing we have to worry about is like the Yankees, who came from a recruitment
Okay.
from the football.
Yeah, I mean that's just gonna have to be someone that's gonna have to go down as just a FanDuel recruit, I
All
think.
right, a couple names. The Astros,
That is I think that's a FanDuel recruit from season zero, so he'll go in that group.
the Giants,
I think FanDuel recruit again,
Guardians,
FanDuel recruit,
Wind Surge,
FanDuel recruit.
We've covered the Yankees. The
Yep.
Stripers.
FanDuel Recruit.
The Phillies, World Saints, Royals, Picks, Falcons, Jays.
I actually don't think this is as complicated as we thought. And everyone else is under you, I think.
What we've done. The Mariners.
That's right. That's gonna be a child of Jared then. Good call.
Jared. Yep.
I gotta find where that is. So that is where did that end up? That end up over here? Yes. So child of Jared, single parent child. Good call out. So that is Erickson. That is season 2 to present. And that is the season 2 to season 3 Mariners.
The only other one is the Rubber Ducks.
I think FanDuel Recruit, but
Okay.
if they he could have ended up like in that baseball league over there. Okay. So let's go do all those because those are all one-offs.
Yep. And
Let's
so that'll just
add
be another
part
partner.
another partner of me and let's do FanDuel recruits. But like
Boy, that is.
these people don't know each other. So I think these are
That is
all going to be
very
different
true.
children of FanDuel recruits
Yep.
without being connected because these people are not connected in any way. So we're gonna oh, I didn't actually change the name of
Why
it.
does it look like the 2K leagues are coming off of
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. It's not, but it looks like it. Okay, so group FanDuel recruits is what we'll call this. All right, now I just gotta start spamming children. Go ahead and okay, now it's not, but I guess now I don't know. Go ahead and
hold
start giving me names.
all right.
Better to
Names that
know.
I'm the Astros.
Okay, so
Tim.
this is Tim. This is season 0 to present. Season 0 Phillies, football Browns, Dynasty Astros. So I need to go back to FanDuel recruits and do another child and do another single parent child. Okay, there it says they're related. They're not, whatever.
They're all well, they don't all have to be related. They just came from the same source. The
But I think,
Giants.
but yeah, but they could both come from the parent without having a line between them. I
Yeah.
guess not in real genealogy, but who'd you
Just
say the Giants?
yeah, Patrick.
Yep. So this is season 1 to present and just the Dynasty Giants.
Luke.
Yep. This is add child, single parent child. Oh, I was it add child? No, it's spawn a new partner. Okay, so this
What
is
just happened?
I don't know. This is Luke. This is season 2 to present. This is season 2 to season 3 Guardians.
Mike Winsurge.
Yep, add child, single parent child. This eventually, I think this group's gonna end up being so big that it splits off somewhere else. This is Mike. This is season 1 to present, Dynasty Winsurge. Okay.
Kyle.
All right. Oh, I definitely did not add the right group there. Did I add parents I added
Yeah.
parents of FanDuel recruits. Oops. Add child, single parent child. Because Kyle technically got in here from somebody who's no longer in the league, but
Yep.
for
Titans and
simplicity's
football.
the Texans. But
Or
yeah,
that's what
for
I meant, the Texans and
simplicity's
football.
sake, we're gonna do Dynasty Yankees. We'll just put him here because this is where his father would be.
Yep. The next team is they're covered. They're covered. Um, the I'm still looking. Rubber Ducks.
Redux. Yeah, I'm gonna put him here because I just think that's where he goes. I don't actually remember. So Dustin goes here. Season 1 to present. Dynasty Rubber Ducks.
I believe that is it.
No, I think we're missing Justin as well.
Oh yes, Justin.
Uh, this
Yeah, this
is
is messy. Is this the most complicated family tree builder that has been
yeah.
made on this website?
Season 0 to present. Season 0 Rangers, Football Eagles, and Dynasty Stripers.
I'm really
Every
curious if anyone has made a more complicated family tree, like while building something real out and not just trying to make it complicated.
every family tree has a stripper in it somewhere.
Yep, we found
We
ours.
found ours. Yep.
Holy cow.
Oh my God. This is gonna be useless by the time it's done.
We need
But
to move, we got to move all those lines around.
oh okay, I'm sure that'll be easy. Okay,
Yeah.
so now I gotta find you. Like just like looking back at this, like, oh fuck, which one's you? It's gotta be. Oh Jesus! I just pulled up my dictionary. That's cool. Let's. Where the fuck am I?
Zoom
I'm no,
out.
I'm scrolling around in the dictionary still. I think. Please. I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah.
There we
Oh,
go.
there
I'm
we
back.
go.
Okay. So I need to go. I guess further this way. I guess further this way. I guess further this way. All the way back this way. There. Oh, good. You're on the end. Good. That's
Nice.
where you should stay. Okay. So we made this your partner.
So yes, I will have a partner,
I think you're the only person who gets a sub partner, right?
and my partner is Clemson.
Ah, fine. It's gonna type something mean, but I'll make
No,
it.
you didn't do it even right. You got to type group.
Oh, you're right.
There
All
we
right.
go.
And then I don't do anything else. So then
Yep.
this is the children of this group.
A single parent child.
So I only have two here, or three here. I have three here. So
You have.
this is I'll do Cassidy first, so she's closest to you.
Yep.
And then this is season zero to present, season zero Pirates, football Chargers, Dynasty Blue Wahoos. I don't need to specify. And then I need to add a sibling of Dave or of Cassie, that is David. Of course, it adds her, or it
Yeah.
adds David on the left of her, so I have to move that. I could have left that, but I won't.
Cassidy would have liked that.
Season zero Nationals, football
Full
Rams,
lamb.
Dynasty Bulls. This one is normal. And then I need to add a child of, or sorry, add a sibling of David.
Sibling.
That is Colby.
Colby.
That is, oh, I need to add a child off Colby too.
Yes,
Um,
you do.
so I need to do season zero. I'll be nice to him and Devil Rays, football, Devil Bills, and the Dynasty Devil
You
Saints.
know he's going to be like the first person to watch this through,
Yeah.
and he's going to be very excited. Colby, make sure you send a message in the Discord
So
whenever you
not
get this
only
far.
Akeem, you'll be happy to know that not only Dano's not even just like you're not even just Dano's father, you're his
I'm
grandfather.
his grandfather. Yeah.
Colby as a single dad lines up. We're gonna go with Dano. Season one to present and the Dynasty rough
I guess he
trade.
has another child to add, kind of.
Does he?
Future number one pick in the draft.
No, I don't think we're gonna put her in here. We're not gonna put her in here.
Too much of a
Too much.
controversial topic.
Yeah, okay. So now I need to add.
Cassidy Cassidy needs a
Yes,
child,
you're right. Cassidy does need a child. I'm just gonna
which
make them one, I think.
which is her brother.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make them one. I think I'm just gonna put Jets. I'll put all their names in here. All three of
Yeah.
them, I
All
guess.
three of not all four. Well, you should put Tanner first. It's kind of rude.
That's fine. I just always have Turtwig on the brain.
Tuck, Turtwig, and the girl.
Yes. And this is
Football.
football to present.
Yeah.
Football Jets. And
Shout out to
then
Jet. Oh, another fun moment that I didn't mention from football. Saving the shot clock.
yeah,
Jets were very bad in football,
very
and
bad.
they were trying to find fun ways to make the game interesting. And there was one time they called for a Hail Mary on first down, and they got like 40 yards out of it. And they're like, "Wait a minute, we might have found something." And so
Because
they kind of
you could call Hail Mary whenever, right?
you could call it every three. You could call that one
You can
every
call
three
every
plays.
three plays, but you always had like normally when you were calling plays, you only had
Yes,
access to the three suggested play calls. But Hail Mary, the category was always open. You could always
and
use that at any time.
they would call a play called shot save clock, which was basically just like running trips to the right sideline.
And then
And
one guy would run like a corner route and just be
it
open every
worked the
time.
first time, and they're like, "Wait a minute, we might have found something." And so they kind of revolutionized the game as well, similar to how Landon did it with the bunting.
Well,
They
they
did it.
created Michelle Obama too, which people forget about. They didn't
They
draft
did.
her.
They were very in on trying to get Michelle Obama, and she got out of their price range because as three college kids, they didn't really have the funds to compete with the $1,000 Dolphins that were discussed last night.
So does this partner
He
now
get,
come off David,
yeah, he gets the JC partner group.
the Hebron partner group?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
All right. So this is group Hebron.
Yeah,
I just can't type.
and so this is all of David's friends that he recruited to the league.
So this is add child.
Donald.
And we'll start with probably Micah because this is going to be the most confusing.
Yeah.
We'll do Micah, and this is season zero to present. So this is
Let's see.
season zero Nationals.
Yep.
This is football Cardinals,
Yep.
and then I mean legally
He
this
is
has
the
to be
Storm
Dynasty Storm Chase.
Chasers.
Yes, Dynasty Storm Chasers. But now when I make multiple children of, or am I?
Mike,
I'm only making one of Mike.
you're making
One. No,
two.
two. I'm making two.
Maddox and Hank.
Yes. So this is. Let's do Hank first because he's easier. Season zero to present. This is the season zero Dodgers. This is the football Cowboys. And
Yep.
this is the Dynasty Storm Chasers.
Yep.
Then I'm adding a sibling
Sibling,
of Hank.
which is
That is
Maddox,
Maddox.
Micah's younger brother.
This is season zero to present.
Yep.
Technically, no, though. I think by law, this is season zero in Dynasty
He was a Cardinal.
in name only. But
In yeah.
I think by the record books, he's officially not.
Okay.
So this is season zero Yankees, Dynasty Rockies
Dynasty Rockies.
is where that comes in. He can be recognized as a Cardinal, but just for the record keeping sake. Okay. So now I need to
Micah needs a
add
sibling.
Micah needs multiple siblings. So let's make this Coleman, I guess.
Yep.
And this is season zero to present, season zero athletics, and the football Raiders and the Dynasty Athletics.
I love that he was only going to join the league if he got the athletics, and it just so happened to work
Yeah, it's
out.
like absolutely, completely randomly, the Athletics were the one team we had available, like one of two. I think we had two teams left. I think he did technically get to pick between those two. I don't remember who the last team was.
I don't either, but I know we needed another body, and he's like,
And
I'm only playing if I can be the athletics because I want to run Moneyball.
yep, and it was. So now we technically have to make a decision because I never changed this. It didn't save my name. I'm now sort of concerned where Group Hebron may end up being on this board. Did this end up somewhere weird? I don't see it. Do you see it?
Oh yeah, it's right there.
Okay. So Coleman invited Marcus, not David, but I think he has to fit in here anyways as a
Yeah,
sibling of
yeah,
Coleman.
I agree.
Okay, so this is Marcus.
This will be fun.
Yeah. Football to present. Football Vikings.
Yep,
Season one to season two Bulls.
yep,
Season three Rockies.
yep.
It's not as hard as you think it is.
You want to explain that story, or
No, I think we're gonna leave that for another day.
that feels like an important story to be told?
You kind of touched on it though, where they Marcus was trying to basically use the booger strategy that Landon had popularized in season one. It didn't work. David was not very thrilled with that strategy and did not want to keep it going forward. Then the Rockies just so happened to win the lottery with the Bulls' first round pick.
That the Bulls
Um,
traded to Colorado for a bunter, I believe.
I don't remember how it got there, but yes. And David basically said, "Get the fuck out." So there was a nasty divorce. They had to finalize who got the kids, aka the Bulls players. Some of them ended up going to Colorado, and now they're on different teams. Is there someone I'm missing here?
I think it's important to note that Marcus or Micah sometimes is more of a Rocky than a Storm Chaser
Yes,
because,
Micah technically uses his brother as an alias to just manage the Rockies with Marcus.
and what's important is, Hank doesn't like to admit it, but Micah doesn't give a shit about the Storm Chasers. He doesn't give a singular shit.
Okay, so from here, where do we go from here?
Are we missing anybody?
Um,
I'm going to start reading through teams, and you make sure they're covered. Okay.
yep, go ahead.
Red Sox,
Yep,
Bulls,
yep,
Wahoos,
yep,
Pirates, Rough
yep,
Riders, Astros, Giants, Guardians, Wind Surge, Space Cowboys,
yep, they're all on here, I believe.
Yankees. Landon. We haven't added Landon.
Landon. That one hurts. I don't know how we forgot about that one.
Sorry,
Not
Lamb.
not child. Sibling. Landon's gonna be one of the people who watches this season. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, Audrey didn't even know who you were.
Yeah.
Like,
Season zero, Giants, football Bengals, and the Dynasty Bees.
fortunately for Landon, is he's been talked about a lot, so
Yeah, he's been
he at
covered.
least, hopefully, at least can understand that you've been talked about a lot.
Yep.
Chihuahuas,
Yep.
Storm Chasers,
Yep.
Phillies, Squirrels, Saints, Royals, Athletics,
Yep. They're all in here.
Bats, Lookouts, Blue Jays, Poodles, Cubs, Cardinals, Patriots, Sea Dogs, Rangers, Rumble Ponies,
Yep.
Seawolves, Groundbreakers, Rockies, Clippers, Mariners, Rubber Ducks, Boomers, Yard Goats, Pandas, Braves.
Yeah.
And
That's everybody.
so go ahead and scroll out, and that's
That's a family tree right there.
the NGBA family tree.
All right, now I gotta start figuring out. Do we want to edit these connections live on the pod, or do we just do this in
No,
post? Do this in
we
post.
we do it in post. It's going to be really complicated. But I think just like a quick recap of like start with you and just go to like each individual
So
group.
honestly, I said this to somebody earlier. I thought there were like 20 people under you. There's way less people under you than I thought.
Um,
This is you.
yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 people
it,
directly came as a result of you. Obviously, your dad's
don't
on the
put
outside.
don't put my dad under there, and you don't put like I guess I'm
JT,
even
yeah.
with like JT and Fox and Austin and
Well,
Nowert.
not JT.
But
JT would be even between you and your dad, but that would still be like a Sullivan ad.
yep,
Even if you go just Sullivan's alone, yeah, you are just as much me on
the
Austin,
baseball team.
Fox, Nauert, Lime, I would say.
Yep.
So it's not quite 20. It's probably closer to 15. It's like that we
But
can actually
yeah,
credit you
if
for.
I don't know how exactly the invitation of Fox and Austin went, nor does it matter.
This is
Um,
a lot. We talked about it with Fox last night. He didn't remember if he got in here from Austin or from me or from
yeah,
you.
you know what it probably was is you sent a message in our
Yes,
baseball
I
team
think
group
you're
chat.
right. I think you're right. And at that point, it can just be attributed to anybody. If
Yeah,
whether you convinced him to do it or because like I think Fox was trying to convince like Manav to do it originally, and
yeah.
like we had some and Connor thought about doing it originally.
I think JJ might have thought about doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't know who convinced who there. But yeah, basically, coming off of me, there are what? One, two, three, four, five. There's six subgroups. This one technically isn't me. This
yeah,
technically
that's a
is
FanDuel
FanDuel.
group.
Yeah. So this is one, two, three, four, five. So seven people have come just directly off of strangers off the internet.
Were the Texans a FanDuel recruitment?
Yes.
Okay.
So he would be over here. Kyle would be in this group anyways. It's
Yep.
actually kind of shocking how few people have kids.
Yeah.
Like how
Who's
few
that?
people.
Who is that group that has the three at Abhishek?
This
Okay.
is yes. So this is 2K leagues with Drew, Brad, and Cam. Cam invited Gilly. Is the only one who stuck. MLB the Show leagues. Will, Abhishek, and Ty played in those leagues. Abhishek played in a league with Jacob, and Jake that league that
They're
Jacob
all in a league
runs.
together.
These
Yep.
guys are all in a league together. Will is in that league too. Will, Abhishek, Jacob, Jake Seawolves, Ray. Ty was in it once. He won it. They kicked him out. Was the story that I heard. Very good MLB the Show player, like nationally
Very,
ranked.
very good.
But we got Abhishek from there, who invited Jacob, who then invited Jake C. Wolves and Ray, and that's how they're here. Ty invited Preston, that's how he's here. So that's this MLB The Show League brought us seven folks,
Yeah.
as
And
well as
seven
this is
different managers, like
yes, and
different
seven different
ownership
teams.
groups.
Yep, you've got seven there. You've got four that came from 2K leagues. Um, Gamecocks are Alex, Dowd, and these two obviously need to be connected, but we will. And then from Alex came Bobby. From GAC came three owners and the first lady, although the boomers are here. Jared invites Erickson, coworkers. NG Baseball is like all these guys are in this group. I don't know why this is spaced so weird. NG Baseball comes Mr. Sean, Nowert, Austin Fox, Lime.
No, not
You're,
Lime.
oh, not Lime. Yes, we're saying no Lime
But
there.
Mr. Sean was the coach, and yeah, I was
If you
also
want to
on
be technical, I did play baseball at North Gwinnett High School
with
with
Lime,
Lime. So he
but
could
not
be, he could tech, but yes, this team,
different group.
different
Yeah.
group. Yes. This could be these four. And then Mr. Sean invites JT. This is going to get axed soon. We'll talk about that at some point. Um, then Clemson. So now we're branching off you, Clemson, Cassidy, Colby, and David. Colby invites Dano. Cassidy invites Tanner, who in turn technically invites Andrew and Morgan. We could have
I
done
guess
it
that
that
was
way.
probably my invite, but the only reason I knew who they were is because of
Correct. So that's yeah, I think it's fair to leave them there. Dave, and then branching off David, Hebron, Landon, Marcus, Coleman, and Micah. Micah invites his brother, and Micah invites Hank, and that's how you get to this wonderful family tree that we're going
so
to clean up the lines on before we publish.
I wonder if that makes Hank the most disconnected, like connected member of the league.
For sure. Because he's
Because like
he's he's three invites down.
because Hank is like very involved with the league. You know, we've met Hank multiple times. A lot of people in the league have met Hank. He was invited to the
Yes.
wedding, but like he was probably the most disconnected, connected member.
Yes. I think that's fair to say. But again, like you're talking about like Hank being on like Hank is really on this level, but just
Right.
because of the fact that he
No,
didn't go
he
to
did.
Hebron.
He was a friend from UGA
Correct.
from
Yes, he did not.
Micah.
But Micah invited him the same way that I guess he is technically on this level, but like Marcus is technically on this level too. Marcus needed
Right.
somebody else from here to invite him that was not David.
Right.
So Marcus would technically fit. He fits in this group, but he is technically a Coleman invite.
Underneath someone else.
He
Yeah.
technically would be under Coleman, I believe, is where Marcus would be. And then like I think there's other examples of that where like somebody may have caught an invite from like we talked about with
Yeah.
Tanner, technically caught an invite from you, but we put him under that group because of where we put him
That's true.
under.
Yeah. Did you make Cassidy a girl? I know Audrey's
Oh
a
no, I
girl.
don't think I did. I think Cassidy was still a guy. Yeah, let me fix that.
Well, Cassidy's never watching this, so
Oh, I need to edit the person email. And I guess I could take. There's probably not like a weirdo
yeah.
gender. Yeah, I can't. I'll make them a girl for posterity though.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that about covers it. We'll clean up these lines and figure out a way to like export this. And oh, good. Let's see what the options are. I
It's
don't know.
it's literally just gonna export the exact thing and it's gonna be really
Yeah, we're gonna have to fix these
complicated.
lines. I'm not. Oh, good. I can center it. What did that do?
Nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, we'll play around with this. Sub 2 hour pod. That's positive. I think we had everything we needed to hit on. We'll get
But
this out in Substack form or an image form or whatever it needs to be. I'll give you a shot at a final thought though.
yeah, I have two things that I would like to talk about.
Oh wow, like are we talking like conversations or just things you want to bring up?
The first one is just something to bring up. The
Okay.
second one is probably like a 5 minute not even a five
All
minute
right, we'll
comment.
start with that one then.
Okay. The talking about, last night you asked Fox and you asked Colby about plans for the draft.
Yes.
I don't have my own pick, but I have a pick, top seven pick. Um, I'm really interested to see how this upcoming draft class goes. It's my first time like with a top 10 pick, and especially coming from a team that just made the playoffs, like it's kind
I
of
think you had
different.
13. Yeah, I think you had 13 last year, and if you could do it over again, you would have picked a different player, probably.
Yeah, I would have absolutely. Toadsworth would have been on my team, but it's super interesting because like my board, I have six players that I really like, and obviously I have pick seven. So if all six of my players go, then I'm all of a sudden very up for trading, trying to turn a 2 year player into probably a 1 year player. I've had some talks about what that might look like, but it'll be a super interesting time in the draft because with the groundbreakers having two picks in the top six, like no one really knows what they're going to do. But yeah, I just think the draft's going to be really interesting this year. And we kind of get a preview in the WBC, which I think will be really nice.
Also, less of a conversation than it was more of a talking point. But yeah, I think that was a uh, good topic to bring up. I forgot about that completely.
Yeah,
Um,
I didn't know if you had anything else you wanted to add draft wise.
I mean, I haven't heard a ton. I think typically, like leading up to the draft, I get an idea of okay, if this person goes here, or if this person takes this person, then this person. Like, I get sort of an idea of what the draft's gonna look like before it comes out. I haven't. I think I know who goes number one. But
Right.
outside of that, I have
Two is
no
wide
idea.
open. Yeah.
Right, from two down, it's really it could be anybody. So, we'll obviously figure out after tomorrow night. We'll know at least a couple more picks down from 25. Wow, I think we'll almost have the top 30. If I think we will have the top 30, um, of the first round at least by the end of the night tomorrow night. So some of those mid first round picks may come into a little bit more clarity. Something else I wanted to do, and this is very much putting you on the spot, but not putting anyone on the spot going forward. And I should have had Foxy and Colby do it last night. I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask me any one question, and I will answer the question honestly. So you can
Wow.
ask me anything. I guess it doesn't have to be league related. It can be league related. It probably it's probably most interesting if it's league related. but I will allow it to be anything. And I'm putting you very much on the spot because I think anyone in the future coming on this pod that's watched one of these will have a question in mind coming in. But I definitely want to end the pod or right before your final thought. Give you the floor.
Wow. See, what's interesting with me is like I feel like we just talk a lot, so I don't need any personal sort of questions. Like they ask me anything, I can ask you that after the stream goes off, the recording goes off, and I know I'll get a good answer. Let me think of a good question that I can ask. Um, huh. Wow. I feel like it
Ideally,
has to be.
ideally, it's
Yeah,
not something that's like gambling related. That's like, oh hey, who would you pick in this year? Like what if you had to bet, something like that. But
yeah. And I don't just want to. Whew, wow. Okay. Who? No, that's not a good question either. I'm trying to think of a good question. You really put me on the spot. Um, all right. No, here's a fun question.
okay.
Um, I want you to name. So, for those who don't know, Matthew Marino is a player in the league.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Yeah. I like where you're going with
if
this.
if you got to sign a contract going
Uh-huh.
into season four,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to pick where you were going to go and play,
Mm-hmm.
two questions.
Okay. You just
One,
immediately breaking the rules.
yeah, I
Go
am.
ahead.
Two questions. One, would you take a potential pay cut to play for one of the teams that you might pick over someone else?
Yeah, for sure. It's not about the money.
Two, can I get three teams that you'd really like to play for that are just like kind of out there? Like, I don't just want you to pick like the Wahoos
I wouldn't
because
want to
it's
play for them anyways. They would
like,
I mean, okay, so the obvious answer is I'd want to play for El Paso. I would really like
okay.
to play for El Paso. That would be incredible.
And can you elaborate just like one sentence as to why for each of these three
Well, I,
teams?
I think going like I don't want to pick a team that's either won the World Series or like I don't want to play on a 4,000. Like I wouldn't play on the Yankees this year. So I
Right.
obviously wouldn't want to be on that team. I want to be on a team where I will start. I'm one of like not I don't want to be one of the best players because we won't be any good. But I want to be, in the lineup every day.
Okay.
Um, so El Paso checks both of those boxes, a team that has never won a playoff series that I think can be very competitive next year. And again, it also has to be managers who I just like actively like want to see win.
Sure.
So those are definitely three of the bigger factors. El Paso is number one on the list. I would really love to play in El Paso. If you're watching El Paso, please sign me. Please don't overpay for me, but please sign me.
You
Let's
just
go
really
win.
want to play with James Tibbs, former Red
Let's
Sox legend, right?
let's go win together. Yes, they're one of them. Um, God, Salt Lake is probably on the list. I know they'll just get the best use out of me.
Yeah, Landon would find a really nice way to
He
make
would
you a
find a
very
little niche for
superstar.
me, and if he's going to spend next year, the problem is Puff's under contract, and he's not a good catcher.
And he's not
So
a good person for you either.
no, I've been very vocal about not wanting to play with him in the past. So I may have to. Oh, and Caleb Durbin's on that team, who's just an asshole. I'm gonna scratch them off my list. I love you, Landon, but if you want me, you've got to.
You've got two moves to make before you can sign Mr.
Well, no, you
Marino.
can start me over Caleb Durbin. If I replace Caleb Durbin, that's perfectly acceptable. Okay, I'm gonna
We'll play you
revise
two
that then.
together.
Okay. All right. So one is El Paso. Number two, this one's very obvious, and I don't know how I didn't come to this one earlier. Ty, please sign me. I just want to hit bombs for a year. Like, just please sign me and let me hit 5 homers in a year. I don't understand. It would be so easy. You would never face any rigging allegations of me hitting the home run button because it would just be like, oh, what do you want me to do? The
We're
elevation
playing on the
man.
moon.
I'm playing on the moon. Anyone can hit a homer. Ty, please sign me. This would be awesome. I would love to play there. I would love to have a 5 homer season out of nowhere. I mean, this is the third straight year I've made the playoffs. So signing me, like, there
There's
is
something
a
there.
benefit. Like, you will make the playoffs. It's not,
Big game
where's
player. Some might say big game
yeah,
player.
where is I gotta see my career stat. They're not good. Yes, I'm a career 207 hitter with a 583 OPS. 3 homers, two of them are in the playoffs. Um, but yes, I would love to double my career home run total and just make my OPS look passable after 1 year in Hartford. So
That'd be big.
Hartford is on the list.
Yep.
Paso is on the list. Now I gotta find a third.
I have a team in mind that I'll say after you give an
So
answer.
like I would love to play for Boston, obviously. Like, but they've made a World Series. They're in round two now. Like, I don't know. He's not. He seems too economical to probably sign me for $20. So I'm not gonna pick. I'm not gonna pick Boston either. Texas has always been on my list of places I want to play. Another team that just gets the most out of their players. Man, the Clippers. I'm gonna go with the Clippers. Is my
That
third.
was the end. That was
It's
the one I was
it's
expecting
the
you to
Clippers.
say.
Another team with a really short left field fence. Um, Team that gets the most out of their players. Never won a playoffs game in Dynasty at least. They've won obviously playoff rounds in the past. But yes, the Clippers are my third.
Well, and the
So
thing with the Clippers is I heard they have both Fortune Street and John Madden football in the clubhouse, which I think
yeah,
is a big like piece important.
yeah. I mean, again, there's clubhouse guys there that I can get along with. And they've got some Jalen Hurts money coming off the books. I could be yes, teammates with Glenn Ivel again, in a professional setting, which would be fun. Yeah, they're my third choice. So any of those three, and then obviously there's the other teams I mentioned, like Salt Lake, would be fine going there. Oh, again, Omaha, I'd be perfectly fine going to hit bombs for a year there.
Just for Hank though, because Micah doesn't give a shit about the Storm Chasers.
Yeah, so those are my three. Those are my three going into next year. That's the top of my wish list. It's Hartford, it's El Paso, and it's Columbus. Those are my three
Okay.
destinations of choice. That was a wonderful question. That's a great start to the segment going forward.
I'm gonna break the question one more time, but can you give
Okay.
me one team you wouldn't want to play for that you haven't played for previously? Because I
Okay.
know you like the places you've been over the past couple of seasons.
Yeah, I mean again, I was signed season one, I was signed was I signed by the Boomers or traded for? I think I was just straight signed. Um and played that run out, was their best player in round two against the Bees. Nobody on the team. Played with Puff. He
You and
touched
Carson
me.
Kelly.
Yes, and Carson Kelly, my best friend, was on that team. Um, and we both showed up in that second round series against the Bees, and nobody else did. My teammates let me down. My coaches let me down. After I begged to be traded at the deadline, thought I had a deal done to go to the Clippers, but alas, no, and we come up short in the second round. Season two, I get signed by the Lookouts, and shockingly, Austin has a great run, wins the division. I lead his team in hits in the first round. My
Then you
teammates
get
don't show
benched.
up. I got benched in game two of the series after having a good game one, I believe. But again, I led the team in hits in the series. My teammates let me down. My coaches let me down. We lose. And then I get signed by the Sod Poodles, who are terrible. They trade me at the deadline of the Trash Pandas. We go on a Cinderella run and we make the playoffs. So no complaints. Oh, I got benched in game 10 with Rocket City. I can't say I had no complaints. People got to stop benching me. That's just inappropriate. But we'll see what happens. Again, I'm sure I'll be the best player in the series. I'm sure my teammates will let me down. I'm sure my coach will let me down. We'll lose, and I'll need to sign somewhere else. One team I do not want to play for that I have not yet played for. I would never ever want to be associated with the New York Yankees. Kyle
That's
thought, although that doesn't count though, because Kyle talked about trading for me this year and messaged me and said, "Hey, I think I have a deal in place to trade for you, but out of respect for you, I'm not going to do it." So,
nice. Good guy, Kyle.
yes, I'm not going to count that. God, who do I not want to play for? It's got to be a combination of either a team that's won it before, but also plays in a big ballpark. Man. Um, like I wouldn't want to play in Somerset. That doesn't
Yeah.
really that doesn't really get me going. Like they've already won a World Series. Like I want to go somewhere I can be one of the best players. I want to be remembered.
Yeah.
And obviously,
You,
again, you
you
win the
you want
World
a
Series.
statue built outside the stadium for
Yeah, I,
you.
I wouldn't want to play in Somerset. Mm, hmm. Is there another? I don't want to play for Frisco. Big
Okay.
ballpark.
Yep. No, that's
Um,
fair. I think that accomplishes the goal of the question.
Frisco, Somerset. I don't really want. I want to play for somebody whose manager speaks during games. That's a lot more fun when that happens. So yeah, no Frisco, no like Wichita,
No
no
Gwinnett.
yeah, no Gwinnett. I don't want to play for a team that won't communicate with me during the game about what the plan is for me. So yeah, that's a great question. I will now give you the floor again for your real final thought.
Yes. For anyone that watched the episode from last night, there was a nice long story about one of our former league members in Calvron. I just want the fans to know that not every situation and season that we run has all these crazy side deals and people throwing games and like it just getting super messy and ugly. I think that's an important disclaimer because like Matthew does a pretty good job, all things considered. Like it's pretty tough for him to be able to manage 40 plus owners, I guess, 40 teams and have an idea of what's going on with every team. But yeah, not every season and is like that where people do and say really mean things to others. I feel like there's a lot of banter that goes on, but it's a really good group of guys and we've now been doing this for this is year 4. I think the original draft was in May of 2023.
Yep.
So, we are officially into the 4th year of doing this, and we have a really good, solid core. And yeah, there's a lot of banter, there's a lot of shit talk, and there's a lot of just stuff like that. But I don't think any of it is malicious, other than what Calvron was doing. And we, as they mentioned last night, we've haven't had a villain, which I think Matthew made it. You kind of said it correctly in that it makes the league a little bit less fun because there's no one to everyone to just kind of dunk on. But at the same time, like you don't have to deal with the headaches. And so I just want people that might be finding this league to realize that not every season and not every person and not every situation is this horrible monster that Calvron was.
Yeah, I think that's a fair way to put it. Like with the villains that we've had have been it's fun to retell the stories. It wasn't fun to live through some of them, from a management side of things and from other teams being upset about some of the things that were said and done. So, fun to look back on the stories now that some of these people are no longer involved, but also like, again, would perfectly welcome a Cam type villain, somebody from inside the
Mm-hmm.
circle to instigate
Push
again.
buttons, just push buttons. And
Yeah.
sometimes I do that where I start pushing people's buttons just to kind of get people going. But like I said, I don't think any of it's malicious or like trying to, saying things out of pocket that they truly mean. It's just good fun. So I think that's kind of a good closing point and puts a good bow on the episode.
Yeah, I think you said it well. So, yeah, games coming up. Monday. This will probably get posted like early Monday afternoon. 3 o'clock, game four between Gwinnett and Boston in the division series. Gwinnett has a 2-1 lead and can close out the series and make their first LCS appearance. Red Sox will try to fight back to the LCS. And then at 8 o'clock, sort of the main event, game three, New York and the Boomers. Elimination game winner moving on to face the Rangers. I think Binghamton and Durham division series will start midweek, probably Tuesday or Wednesday, I would think. And Pensacola and Rocket City, who
Who
knows?
knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
So maybe we'll have a conclusion to one division series tomorrow. We'll have a conclusion to the second to last wild card series, and then the rest of the week we'll probably just be trying to fit in as many Binghamton, Durham, and
And
Texas.
yep, Texas can play.
So yeah, we'll have after tomorrow night we'll have three possible playable games at a time, and that's the most we'll have for the rest of the year. Is
Yep.
three possible playable games at one time, which is insane that we're already to this point in the third season where we've got, 20 to 30 games left max after, the next couple nights. So
How many WBC teams are we gonna have?
32.
Okay, and so there's a chance that if somebody not in the league
Oh yeah. Yeah,
wants
I
to
think
take
I think
one of
there's
those
gonna be
WBC teams, if you're an unfamiliar face out there and you're interested in kind of seeing all this runs and maybe potentially getting involved, like come inquire to Matthew probably, or if you can find any of us, that'd be weird, but like go for it. Um, and there should be room to take one of those cheaper teams. You don't have to worry about investing a bunch of money into something new, but get sort of a feel for it and try to understand a little bit more about what goes on and how these games are run. It'll be a great time.
Yeah, and you can see that I think we have 20 plus lifers. So like we have 20 plus people who have been here for 4 years now that are working on their fourth year now that have been a part of this. So I don't think we have any openings for season four, or at least the one that we have has been filled. But yeah, World Baseball Classic's gonna be wide open. I think there's gonna be plenty of people who will take the time off or will take the opportunity to partner with somebody that they don't want to partner with long term, or maybe partnerships will split for just the
But
WBC.
yeah,
I don't know how likely it is that all 32 teams that we have are people who are currently playing in season three. So a chance for some new people to join in, like you said. So yeah,
or maybe a good opportunity to bring some people back that can't commit to a full 5 seasons. So
yeah, that's actually a really good point.
maybe the season zero Astros would be interested in running it back one more time, or maybe we could get the season zero Cincinnati Reds to come and make an appearance.
Yeah,
So
we'll see how it goes. Very very curious to see what the pot looks like and what the player pool looks like. We've got a lot of that's going to be a really fun tournament where there's 48 pool play games max and then 15
Absolutely.
15
Single
bracket play games.
elimination,
So
big
yeah,
round
it's
of
60
games,
63 games, and it's gonna fly by. So
high leverage games,
all
pretty
of them,
quick.
every game high leverage too. So we'll see what that ends up looking like, and hopefully we can get some new blood in for that. So good
Absolutely.
spot to end the pod. I actually don't know when we'll be back next. Maybe I'm hoping that Boomers Yankees is just so exciting tomorrow night, and we
We
have so
need
much
an
to talk
episode.
about that we have to drop another podcast episode to talk about just a thrilling Gwinnett Boston series and what just went down at Yankee Stadium in Game 3. But and if that doesn't happen, don't hold it against us. But we'll chat soon. Keegan will be back soon. He'll be on probably very often, pending availability. But a couple other people I want to get on in the near future for sure. Hank talked about wanting to
Yep,
do it. Gavin's wanted to do it. So we'll get some new people on here, and Keegan will rotate through as well. But good place to end it. We'll chat soon.
absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning in.